Alright, so now we're going to start removing the right side fairing. So how you're going to do that is start on the lower fairing, and if you look, there's one bolt here, one bolt here, one bolt here, and those connected to the middle fairing. And after you remove those, there's a bolt here, which is right by the brake, and then there's a bolt here. And once you remove all 5 of those bolts, let me take it off the stand, give you a closer look. And then once you get those off, there are those pop connectors that I was talking about. There's 2 of them. There's one right here, which is like, this is the belly, so it's where the hole is. And then there's one right by the rear tire, right here. So those 2 come off last, and that's just to separate the 2 sides. And then once you have that, the whole thing should just go down. I normally keep something soft under here so you don't scratch up your bodywork, although this bike was laid down by the old owner, so the bottom's pretty scratched, but all the other stuff's pretty good. So yeah, I'm gonna do all the unscrewing and stuff off camera for the bottom, just so to save time. Alright, now that you've removed the lower fairing, see it's gone. You have to remove the the middle or upper fairing, depending on what you call it. And what you're gonna do is start with removing this one, this one, this one, and then the one that's normally right here. Mine isn't, because when I put it back together, I forgot to put this piece back on, but I figured I wasn't going anywhere, and I knew I'd be removing it, so I didn't bother taking the fairing off to put it back on. But pretty much it goes in here, not like that, but, and then once you get all those bolts out, you're gonna lift up on here, you're gonna pull up, and then you're gonna pull it out. And the reason you have to do it like that is because there's these 2 right here. Those 2 need to pop out before you can pull these out. So, you know, it's sitting down like this. I'm trying to get it so you can see it. You have to pop it, and then over here, then you pull it. So that's pretty simple. There's no bolts other than the one that connects it to right here. And then once you get that part out, you're gonna have to come over here, and there's a pop connector, which is the one you need to use the screwdriver on, and a bolt right here. So yeah, if you want to see, it's under here. So that's where it is. And then the next one is another pop connector. So it's right here. And then after that, there's a couple more you're gonna need to do. Let me try to get this thing set up. Alright, so there's this this is actually a quick connector, so that's the one you use that little thing to spear in. Then there's a bolt, if you look right, point to it like this, right here. And then there's another bolt all the way over here. See if I can get a picture of it. No, tire's in the way. Oh, yeah, there it is, right there. And that's like the inner wall. You're also gonna have to pop out, I believe, this one and this one. It's right up there. And those are both, you know, you stick the screwdriver, like pop it in, the quick connects. Yeah, so I'll show you what to do after you get all the bolts out, because you're gonna have to do some unplugging. So once you've removed all the bolts and stuff, there's a couple things that are attached to the fairing itself. One thing you're going to have to remove is this, and I found the easiest way is to pop this clip off with a flathead. Come in over here and just kind of pop it off. That gives you a little more space to work with. And then you take another screwdriver and you stick it in here, and this thing will pop off. And then after that, you're gonna have to, there's 3 plugs that connect into here. They're not just those 3, so once you get those, don't rip it off, but there's these 3. And then once you get that off far enough, you have to remove, you can see that white plastic part right there, that's the turn signal. So once you get all that off, you should be able to freely pull the fairing off. Alright, so these are the connectors that you had to remove, as well as this one. I was able to keep the inner wall on if you don't take out the top 2 bolts, so that saves a little bit of frustration. Okay, so I'll put you back onto the tripod. Okay, so the bolt on this side is the same as the one on the other side. It requires a 6mm Allen key, but apparently this side is notorious for stripping, and I did that. If you look, stripped, and what's in there right now is a screw extractor snapped in half. So don't do this job if you're not willing to do what it takes to get it out, because I know most of my friends would have quit once they stripped it. But I ended up getting it out with vice grips, so I'm happy with that. So what's in there now is the new bolt, and so the same thing with this as the other side, just keep screwing it out till it gets out. So take this one out. I didn't want to leave because it's an engine mount bolt, so I didn't want to just leave it without a bolt in there. So the bolt that you'll be using for this part is the medium one. It's not the longest, it's not the shortest. It's the one that's right in the middle. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your adapter, gonna put it with a washer right here. You're gonna put it through the end that doesn't have the bump on it. Or no, I lied. You're gonna take the washer and put it on the other side of the bump. And you're gonna take this, and it goes flush. So after that, you're gonna put it in here and start screwing it in. And then once you get to where it's going to be a little tighter, you're going to want this part to be like up here. So that's about as far as I want it to go. And then just tighten it off. And then you're going to get your frame slider and the shortest bolt of the 3. And you're going to take the washer and the bolt, put it through the exterior hole, comes out, and then that you're going to screw into here. So just get it nice tight. Alright, so that's what it looks like. And then if you want to make sure that your gap is right, you can go get your fairing. And, you know, kind of find out where the bolts are going to be when it's laid in. So, turn it around, and then gotta So right there is where the bolt goes in. These are all lined up, so that's a good fit. So now, last step is to just put all the fairings back on and enjoy the look of your new frame sliders. Thanks for watching.